Like off of the Anchor Man. I can't see my legs.
Right.
I can't see my I see 89. What is 89?
Let's get it in. Welcome back, man. It's your boy Tony Tantrum, accompanied by my boy Tony and my boy Thomas, and we are Gods in Conversation, baby.
Guys in
Again,
conversation.
baby.
Yes, sir.
Number
Um,
16?
it's
16.
episode 16. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, I
Hey, man.
disappeared a little bit, so I lost track of where we was at.
You went to the future. What episode did we
Man.
get to before we sold the show?
Right. 15.5 or something like that.
You said we only got to
Close.
15.5.
Close to selling it. This nigga done. He said no more.
That's straight up shit. I'm cool with that as long as it was a good price. Shit. Nah, they're selling to
Too
some. I
early,
can't.
right.
Who would do our show? That's another episode. Let's get to what we're gonna talk about today,
Yes,
y'all.
sir. What's the topic, man?
Yes, sir. So we got on the board today is homelessness. I really want to start off with the most interesting question, and I would love to hear you guys' opinion. My opinion is gonna be shitty. But I would love to hear you two's.
Yeah, we would love to hear your shitty opinion first. We would love to just get that out the way. But
to get mine out the way first.
Yeah, after you, what was the question?
First question, and what we're gonna talk about for today to pop off the show is homelessness.
Okay,
And
okay.
is that a choice? Is that necessarily a choice or not? I'm gonna delve in and like I've considered this on both aspects, and it's hard for me to lean on one side. It's very hard for me to lean on one side.
Then don't.
It's a yes and no for me. Majority yes though.
Just stand up.
Like, I do believe in most cases, like, people, I don't really know people's, unique situations or what they got going on, but, I just feel like people give up on themselves. Like, they just believe that they don't have no hope to, like, obtaining, like, home and shelter for themselves and, like, taking care of themselves and, like, and shit like that. So I feel like, off the rip, like, yes, it is a choice, but then sometimes shit is situational. Like, there's people who go through, like, disasters or crisis or like just unique situations where it's really not on them why they're homeless is the point I'm trying to make. But there is a decision to decide to stay homeless in that situation as well. So sometimes shit happens to people. Shit happens, and like you could be homeless temporarily, but if you stay homeless at that, at some point it's a choice.
No, I agree with that. It's kind of hard to say whether it's a choice or not. But with my mindset, look, kind of what you just said, pretty similar to what you said. Um, some people, everybody makes decisions in life. Your life is a a total of the decisions that you made. Your life is a total of decisions that you made. So I believe that some of these homeless people are in a homeless situation because of their life decisions. But not all of them, because some of these homeless people are in a situation because of their family's life decisions. But if you're in that situation for the long term, and then it sounds like you got okay with being in that situation. And if you're okay with being in that situation, and then you are choosing to be homeless, that makes sense. So
Homeless but so long, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're homeless for like 5-10 years, I mean,
and then
who's able to think rationally at that point should figure something out. You know what I'm saying? To
Mhm.
still be in that same situation,
Yep,
you don't lose until you give up, and at that point you've possibly given up. So
right. Then another
that's where you
thing
coming
is a
from.
lot of people do have family. A lot of people have family. Nobody's like, no, I don't know, not one person that is alive in this world that wasn't alive to somebody. So everybody has family in this world, whether you fuck with them or not. And if you're homeless, you still, whether you fuck with your family or not, you're making that decision to become homeless. So, I mean, it could be a choice. for a lot of them. It could not be a choice for a lot of them. It could be just what life gave them at the time. But my thing is, if you're homeless for a long ass time, it's definitely your fucking fault. You gotta own up to that shit and do something about it.
What if they're disabled? Just thought of that.
What if they're disabled?
They have like some type of disability and just no caretakers.
That's a different situation. Because you got
Choice at that point, if someone has like a disability, no one to take care of them or no setup to where they're getting some type of assistance, at that point, would you think it would be a choice? It's very situational to me, so I just came up with one.
at that
To what
point,
extent? Excuse me. To what extent, as far as disability, though, you
yeah,
talking
it got
about
the
mentally, or are you
disability.
talking about physically?
I mean, I say we answer both.
I
If
mean,
those are the
I feel like they would get they would get picked up if it was mentally. I feel like somebody, some whether it's an organization coming down there or hopefully before they die. But I think they would get. I think those anybody with a disability, I think they're like protected. They're seen as like almost like an outsider to like the regular homeless people that might be out there. Well, not might be out there, but that are out there. Yeah, I
Mhm.
feel like they protected. Like if you mentally, I feel like somebody gonna come get you, and if you physically, I feel like you get more assistance. Like it's probably some type of SSI, or I feel like there's more programs to help
Yeah, to help
disabled
people
people
in
than
those
just
situations versus homeless people.
yeah.
Unless you're an immigrant. If you're an immigrant, you got yeah.
That's home. Wherever you find home,
What you
you
think,
probably
Thomas, bro?
cool. Uh, I mean, I feel like it's I don't know. It's very very difficult only because there's so many different factors that can go into it. Even not just the beginning of somebody becoming homeless, but everything that happens to whether it's a day to a week to years on the street, something that just happens to you mentally. You feel me? I feel like that's almost besides being in prison is probably the worst parts of like being close to the most evil shit. Ain't nothing out there but drug addictions, a bunch of sad other people. You already know energy wears off on people, shit. So you amongst a bunch of people that's fucked up mentally, doing drugs. It's in the air. You breathing in crack smoke, meth smoke, nigga, shit, all type of shit. Probably stepping on shit, ain't got the best of shoes, sick, shit. Probably, and people be sick in normal houses just from the water being fucked up and shit. I can't imagine having to live around shit, piss, and probably not drinking and bathing in the best of waters and
Where
fleas
you
and
get the
lice.
food from?
Yeah, it's like it's food. It's like your quality. So it's like all. So
yeah.
I really wouldn't blame. I really wouldn't blame them unless the only way I can see where it would be a choice is where they did make a decision in their life where they did a lot of fucked up shit and they might be on the run and they don't have nobody in their corner and it's just some shit they got to figure out. Then it's on them. But if it's not if it's nothing outside of that, I wouldn't say it was a choice for 'em. And then then again if they stay longer, I still like I feel like they're wrapped up in some shit that's so evil. It'd probably be hard for the toughest, most smartest motherfucker to get out of that shit for real.
Word.
That's
Like
like
some of them is getting smarter. Like in New York, the time when I served my time in New York, I realized something while I was serving my time. And like what some homeless people do in New York, I don't know if this applies to every state because I ain't been there and experienced that. But in New York, there's some homeless people who commit like misdemeanor crimes.
You go to jail.
And go to jail so they could get the shelter and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
food. So
Yeah, no, they do that shit all throughout the US, not for sure.
whether you
Yeah.
got it or not, you got to use your brain to figure out a way to make something work for yourself. Homeless or not, man. That's the
Yeah,
real
but then
reality.
but then going in there, that's you going from hell to hell. At least you was free out on the outside. You feel me? Yeah, the food wasn't the best, but is the food the best in jail?
What would be considered? What would be hell? What would be hell to you? To be free and have no shelter
Free.
and no food,
Free. Let me
or
be free, nigga. Fuck that.
or I can't go nowhere for a few months. I'm gonna get free food. I'm gonna be heated. I'm gonna have blankets. I'm gonna have clothing, and I'm gonna have a bed.
Yeah, nah. I'll be good. Shit, I'll sleep out in the grass and for
Fuck that shit. Throw me in jail.
nah. I'm going.
Man, in New York, man, the
I'm
winters are
panhandling some
cold, my
money.
boy.
Yeah,
It's cold as fuck in New York.
in the
Niggas
winter
is going
time.
to jail, bro.
In the winter time.
Niggas is going to Macy with their dick out. Niggas is going to jail, bro. They going, bro. They
Nah,
going.
shit. It be cold here too. If it was cold here, shit, I'm banned apartments, bro. It's they're everywhere. Banned apartments, banned houses. Nah, I gotta be free, bro. Hell nah. I never. Nah, I'd rather take my chances out in the free world. I can do too much. Your opportunity and shit you can do is super limited in there. It's like fuck, nah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And you got a motherfucker telling you what to do.
Nobody.
Yeah, when you was on the outside, you ain't had the best food, but shit, wasn't nobody telling you what the fuck to do.
Nobody was telling you what to do, right?
You ain't had to worry about
bed.
like you were worried about getting attacked and shit like that, but
they don't mind being told what to do. They don't mind that the phone's cut off at 10 o'clock.
A lot
they
of
got
people
no one
don't
to
care.
call like that.
A lot of people
they don't really care. As long as they getting food and shelter, they don't give a fuck when the TV turns off. They really don't give a fuck. You know, they don't give a fuck if someone tells you move over. Like they don't give a shit, man. For the no, I'm not gonna use that.
It's like the amenities.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I'm gonna say it real sarcastically. But for someone who's living homeless, like and them going through all that trauma of always trying to figure things out, like I could, and I've never been homeless, but I could, from the outside looking in, I could understand why they would give into that. And it's not like it's something permanent. These motherfuckers is going in there for like 2-3 months. So it's like,
I'm finding a shelter, man. A church, somebody got to take me in, man. Abandoned apartments, bro. Like
church, you better take your ass to the shelter.
Like I would put a trash can in the window, put a lid on the other side, poke holes in that bitch, and make that my fire, bro. And have it vent out, and I'm good, bro. I got too much. I can be too creative. I put bars on I'll put bars on the window and the door if I want to.
Right. If I want to be in jail, I'll make me one.
Yeah, I just make my own jail. For real. Fuck that. Tell myself what to do. Get up.
So that leads to my question.
Yes, sir.
My question is, who should be responsible for all these homeless people? Should it be the government or should it be us, the people?
I mean, shit, you say it all the time.
The fact that you're asking that question sounds crazy.
Yeah. But then again, it's not because, I say it should be us, but it should start at the state level where we already give our taxes. Instead of them doing all the extra improvements, all the little miscellaneous spending and shit like that, 1 year or 2 years, allocate all that money to shit that actually matters. You feel me?
Because
communities and the homeless. That's what I would say. But then,
so it should be the government.
How do you aid them? How do you aid them?
By as they always do, the organizations. You go in there. You first try to make a connection with them, provide some supplies. Say, hey, this is the number you can call. Hey, look, we just here to help, and you just continue to show your face in there. And hopefully one day they just gravitate to you guys on their own, and you get them clean. First step, get them clean, and then you get them set up to learn a skill or a job, and you just stay checking on them, just like anybody that's addicted to anything. It's just something fucked up in your head where you just need a jump start. Sometimes it might take 7 clears, but yeah.
So to be clear, are you saying the government or are you saying us?
We pay for it anyway. I'm saying our taxes. I'm saying for our taxes for at least 2 years allocated to specific shit. You feel me? Shit like homelessness.
For the government, bro. They doing whatever the fuck they want to do with that shit.
Oh yeah.
So you stated before, maybe 2, 3 episodes ago, that you think that it should start like you can't change anything from the top down. You got to start from the bottom up. So you believe
With
that the government?
I believe it should be carried out by them
Uh
because
huh.
as on and it will start on a local level. We can present it to, you feel me, our local officials, like, hey, we want this law on the next ballot. You feel me? Everybody vote for it, and then hey, we all voted for it. You have to push this initiative, and then go from there, and maybe it gets bigger and bigger and goes to a whole state level instead of just instead of just a city level, or maybe just even, yeah, I think, yeah, only city officials. So yeah, started there, and present the bill, see if we can get it, or a law, whatever it would be, rule, probably rule 7, whatever it is in different states. But yeah, present it and get it voted in, and then shit, you feel me? We say, hey, instead of using our fucking taxes on this, allocate them to this, and this is the bill. Pass that bitch. Everybody voted, and then they
You
gotta.
trust them?
I mean,
Hell
some
no, I
shit
don't
going
trust it. Like
some shit
that
gonna
shit,
get
saying
stripped
that
off.
shit, I'm like, what? Like this shit sounds so beautiful in my ears, but I know this shit never gonna happen. We
Nah, but
motherfuckers are sitting there with jobs. They taking tax. They're literally creating money off of the time that you're working, first and
oh no,
foremost.
for sure, for
And
sure, for
then
sure.
they taking that money and doing what the fuck they got to do to. I don't even know what the fuck they doing with it. But I last thing on their list will be aiding the homeless. And
Yeah,
even
that's a
though
fact.
we're the ones that's paying the taxes, until like the whole world fucks up the system, that's the only way the government have to like fold in some way, shape, or form, and how they're allocating the assets of all the people working. Like they're creating money that we're supposed to get paid because we have a social security number or some shit. I don't even know how this shit work. I just know if you have a social, they can tax your ass. That's what I do know. So you work in a job, you're working your hours, you're getting paid, and before you get yours, they pretty much extorting you. That's what I like to call it because they're just taking it. It's non-negotiable extortion. They take that shit, and then God knows what the fuck they doing with that money. My guess is using that shit to keep them in control. Last thing I think they're gonna do is even take their pennies on their dollar to help homeless people. Like,
Now they just taking your shit and giving it to the immigrants that's all through New York and sending it over to to Israel.
but won't aid their poor Americans.
Nah,
Even if
for
they're
sure.
citizens. I didn't see homeless veterans
I think if
not getting aid.
it, I think if it starts off on the local level, I don't think it's gonna be too much corruption in that. Those people will be grass rooted, and most of them be part of the community. When it be like on the city level, everybody be knowing them type of people and shit. Well, not them type of people but they be knowing those people. So I don't think it'll be, when it get to a state level and it's a little bigger in that budget, like, then yeah, they're gonna do some skimming off of it. Shit, you got to. I mean, that's what all businesses do. Shit, you order for fucking repairs or something, they're not gonna tell you there's markups on the back end. They're just gonna say the labor is this, the supplies is this. No, shit is getting marked up. Somebody has to make a profit, so shit, hey, we can make this motherfucking bill go through, but shit, we gotta have some agencies that's gonna monitor it. Ain't nobody monitoring that shit, but that's what they gonna say. They gonna say, and they gonna mark it up to, oh, it gotta be at least 50 to 100 people to allocate. I mean, to monitor y'all. It's only like 5 people in there from India, so it's like they gonna do their thing. But I feel like I feel like that'd be something sweet. I feel like it'll work out.
I feel like the government should be, of course, because they're above everybody. They're above everybody. So they should be responsible for taking care of the homeless people. But
Protecting government
I don't
people.
think I don't think that they've been doing a great job, and definitely not lately with I don't think that they've been doing a great job at all, and I don't think that we should rely on them. And just me as a man, I don't think that we should ever rely on anybody. So because I don't think that we should rely on them, I believe that it should be on us to take care of our cities. That makes sense. So we should, like you were saying before, start city, start close, start at the bottom with the city or whatever, and put a plan together to help these people out, because at the end of the day, these people are living in our cities. The government don't give a fuck, because the government is the government. They control all of it. So the homeless people to them are living in America, but they're not
As
living out
long
their
as they
city.
here, as long as they here, they like shit. As
Right.
long as we got bodies out there, shit, they'll be popping up soon.
So,
Fucking brains, they would if they was fucking smart enough or willing to do it, you get these homeless people back on their feet, you get them working, you get their taxes too.
no,
Yeah,
they
but then the
smarter than
money,
that.
Huh?
The government is smarter.
yeah,
They
because
they smart
what
as
they
fuck.
do, because what they do that. But just like you were saying, you say go to jail, they ticket you, they arrest you, they beat y'all up, and you feel me? Then you still end up in jail. So shit, you end up working, putting in your time in, and when they done with you, they let you loose, and now you on record. So now next time when they get you, it's gonna be a little longer than this 3 months. Shit, you feel me? And now you stuck in the system. That system too. Not just being homeless, but now you stuck in the
Right now,
prison
you're
system.
holding it.
Now
Right.
you got it is a vacation, but shit, you still working and you still paying them. So it's like you ain't get too far from. So yeah, but yeah, nah, they getting their money up.
It's a fact. So, what's your question, Thomas? Where we at?
Uh, it was kind of. I had one of them that was. Tone, you had tapped into it a little bit about what it looked like for the homeless people in different areas, different states, and I was watching a couple videos and shit. Out in Vegas, they have tunnels underneath Vegas, underneath all the casinos, and that's where the homeless people live. As we all know, out in LA, it's Skid Row. Um, Out here in Ohio, I mean, they really be like in the woods and shit. That's what they like. That's what they do out here in Ohio.
Homeless people be in the
Uh-huh.
woods.
Yeah, they set up tents and shit, and they be in the woods.
Okay. With the bears.
Now we ain't got no bears that's close in the city, but shit, if they out there, yeah, shit, some wildlife out there for real. But yeah, I'm not sure what it looked like in Texas.
I wish they was in New York, take your ass to jail.
Yeah, in New York.
Instead of
Yeah,
wrestling fucking Yogi.
Oh yeah, nah.
I need
Texas, they everywhere. Like if you go downtown Dallas, like the big cities, anywhere that any city that got some money, you see homeless people all everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. But I can't.
What they like out there? Like they just out on the street, like LA kind of, like with they tents and shit?
Like out on the streets, on the corners, under
big state with LA's a big state with a lot of homeless people. It's top 3, top 2, if not top 1. I just don't remember, but there's a lot of homeless people in LA. I thought New York was number 1, and I found out one day that LA was worse than New York.
Yeah, when I was downtown, I didn't really see too many homeless people. I don't think I seen no. I don't know. I don't think I seen too many homeless people for real. I think the homeless people in New York walk. So you don't know you don't know they're homeless until it's at a certain time, and then they stop moving.
I think the homeless people, all of them walk. I don't think most of them got cars.
No, I'm just saying because New York, everybody always walking downtown. You feel me? So I feel like homeless people just get in the current and just keep going until it's that time.
People in New York, they're really in the city like Times Square, like
yeah.
They figure like that's the most to ask for money and shit like that. I worked out there for years. I just see a lot of homeless people out there. Like when I'm walking to like the train and shit like that, it's a lot of them.
That's one thing. Oh, y'all, yours being the train and the subways and shit. Yeah, New York got the subway.
Yeah,
so homeless people be on there. Yeah, see, that's different.
There was one homeless. I remember one day I was on the train.
Shit on
I was on the train with this chick, and we was sitting in this like at the end of each car in the train is like a 2-seater, and then the rest of them are like bigger seats. So there was one homeless dude. Nigga smelled horrible, son. We got in. We sat at the other end. This motherfucker gets up. Walks down to where we're at, and sits right across from us and puts his feet up and goes to sleep. I'm like, this motherfucker right here would bring his stinking ass over here. We had to go to the next train, son. And then I saw people go in. The next stop, they went in. And then as the train was moving, I watched all of them come to the car we was in. Like, that motherfucker was not having it. He was making sure he had that whole car to that train to himself.
Nah, for
And
sure.
wherever anyone sat, he put his stinking ass right there. And you got right the fuck up and out of there. Because that shit was horrible, son. Like, yeah, New York subways, you will definitely see them.
See, the transportation here, we got buses. They really, I don't think they can get on the bus for real if they like smelling crazy. Like, I remember being young and it was sometimes they was like pretty bad and shit, but I don't think you can be on there like too crazy. So they be set up like, they just be set up like in areas and shit, like in the woods and shit. But yours being a subway in New York and outside too.
Did you say that they'll put you off the bus? They won't let you on the bus if you smell?
Yeah, if you smell too bad, and your hygiene ain't that, like, you ain't getting on a motherfucking bus. I don't think so.
They don't know you smell that bad because you outside, in the air, but you get on the bus and then your ass stink. They gonna put your ass off.
Nah, you should. I don't think they do, but nah, they definitely should. But it's never more than one stinky person on the bus.
They don't automatically make them go to the back, because if he's in the front and other people trying to get on the bus and they smell that shit, they're like, oh no, I'll take the next one. If your ass is stinking, you got to be all the way in the back with the window open.
Nah, yeah.
Come on, man. That man paying his money for that ride, man. Let that man get his stinking ass to work. Wherever you gotta go.
He probably ain't going to work. And Tony, you said yours is. You said y'all's is just all downtown. You ain't got none like in the. Well, do you have any in the neighborhood and shit, like on the outside?
All through the city. So I stay in the suburb area. So I stay
outside, but
if you go like to this, if you go to like the city, like where it's more populated, and then you see a lot of homeless people. If you go to the areas where there's a lot of money, you see a lot of homeless people. But Denton, that's a high school. It's a college town. And if you go out there, you like I said, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
That'd be their stomping ground. Yep.
Sitting on the corners.
For sure.
I know one guy, he was homeless for the whole time I was in Denton. I stayed in Denton for like 3 years, and every time I saw this nigga, he was on the corner. He had a sign that said Black Jesus, and he was just out there. He was Black Jesus.
Oh man. So what So it sounds like, there is some differences, definitely, how the cities are built. So up in New York, like you said, they rather go to jail during the winter time. And that's kind of how it is out here too. Cause shit, them niggas be, like I said, only a tent, so they be dying out here. But I feel like we got a lot of shelters though. So I feel like for the most part they get help. I don't hear about too many of them motherfuckers dying. What about you, Tom? You said they be going to jail, or?
I mean, that's just one tactic I seen when I was in jail. Because I'm sitting there. I mean, I ain't go to jail because I was homeless. Like, I committed a crime. I was serving my time. I'm like, what the fuck is this bum doing in here? Like, what the fuck he doing? And it was some dude who's always in jail saying, like, well, this is what bums do, man. They come in here for 2 hots in the cot during wintertime. My bid was during the wintertime. So it was just weird to see. It was very, very weird to see. But, when you don't got shit,
because your weather.
I understood that then and there. Like, the motherfuckers was you get free clothes, you get free food, bed designated for you. And, like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of homeless people in jail, like, they not interacting with anyone. Like, the guy that was homeless that was in jail, during the daytime, this nigga stayed under the cover all day until it was time to eat or he had to use the bathroom. This nigga was under the cover.
He like, I ain't looking at nobody. I don't want no problems. Nigga, don't. Nothing. I ain't here.
I'm just here. When it's time to eat, I'm getting my ass up and eating. And if I got to shit or piss, and that's it. So it's not like it was really hell for them. Like, as far as the experience, that shit might have been like That shit might have worked out for them type shit, like, cause and then at the same time, they don't gotta like wonder when the next time they're gonna eat. It's like shit gets that bad, they don't have to worry about it. They know 3 times a day they have to stop what the fuck they're doing to go eat. You know what I'm saying? So when someone doesn't even know when their next meal is gonna be, like that shit might sound like heaven to them. Like, I feel sorry for them, but that's just how fucked up shit is. You know what I mean? Like,
straight up. So yours either go to jail or probably get some assistance, because our temperatures, our weather is pretty much the same. But out there in Texas, shit, I feel, is it more hot?
Of course, it's fucking 100 fucking degrees every day with the humidity making it seem like it's 110. But I can't speak for homeless people. What the fuck the homeless people doing? Because I'm not out there.
Even talk to them, nigga. What you mean? You even try to explain that shit.
Yeah, I want to know what the fuck they doing out there.
It's fucking hot out there, so I'm not going out there to check either.
Where the fuck do they? What do they do? They have to be dying, bro. They had to be dying.
They have to be dying.
I wonder what the numbers are like in Texas. They probably get a job. They like, fuck this homeless shit. That he probably make them change their whole life. Like,
right?
Oh, you want to be homeless? Let's see how long you be homeless.
Better life decisions
when the sun 2 days.
They like, people, homeless.
I'll get my life together.
Listen, if I was homeless in hot ass Texas, I'd take my old stinking ass to like a mall or something where I noticed some AC in there and shit like that.
Yo, what people were doing was there was a Planet Fitness that people used to go to. It's like you could pay $10 for Planet Fitness and just use that shit like a whole fucking house.
Oh yeah, that's
go in because they used to be 24 hours, and you get the shower in there. you got like tanning beds and shit in there. Like you got furniture in there. You got water. You got fucking. Yeah, homeless people used to go in there overnight and just be in that bitch.
Yeah, that's the move.
Shower and everything. Yep. That would be the way I would live if I was homeless. I'd be at every Planet Fitness.
That's probably what they doing out there. Shit. For real. To beat that heat, you gotta be doing something out there.
Yeah, something, yeah. I don't know. I never really sat and thought about that, honestly, for real. Like, it's way too fucking hot out there.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to be out there. So I don't know what the fuck they doing.
Don't nothing be out there except for snakes and scorpions, shit that's supposed to survive in the heat. That heat different. Yeah, humidity too.
My dumbass would steal an AC and not even have no way to use it.
Just be imagining in the air.
Stupid ass.
Just sitting in front of it, imagining in the air like this. Like,
I got an AC. I'm just looking at that shit.
That's gonna be behind it, blowing it. Trying to get there.
Hell no, he said he'll have somebody behind that bitch blowing. That shit.
To the listeners and the viewers, we not bashing homeless people. We just having fun talking about serious shit. I mean, like,
no, straight up.
Yeah, I really feel bad for them and shit like that.
What do y'all think is the greatest cause to homelessness? Did we kind of touch that yet?
I haven't heard that.
What kind of? We kind of talked about it, but nah, we ain't get
possibility. I mean, within the possibilities, though, it got mentioned within the possibilities of whether it was a choice or not.
Yeah.
But just want to stop real quick and shout out our sponsors: Perfect Time of Property Solutions, saving homeowners, saving lives. Tap in.
Hit that like button at the bottom. Subscribe, share. Nah, but what do you think is the greatest cause to people being homeless? To homelessness in America, what is the greatest cause?
Oh man. There's no way to really answer it, but if I had to create a way to just put it in one answer, it was the biggest reason for homelessness in America is the disability to bounce back from peril. The only way I can say it, like something goes bad for someone and, no help, no assistance, or they just give up on themselves, or something happens to them and it's just too difficult for them to bounce back, and, they're just out there, going through some shit that's just really hard to bounce back from. Actually, I have a friend who about him a few times, Tony. I never told you about him, Thomas, but you know, he went to Mexico. He was doing businesses in Mexico and shit went bad out there in Mexico. I don't know how he ended up in Colombia, but he was next to horses sleeping in Colombia, sleeping next to horses. He came back to America to his family. He had mental issues. And like he kept going from different family member to family member because like they couldn't tolerate him. And like even though he had a place to stay, he still chose to live like a homeless person. Um, he had shelter, but he didn't take care of that shit. He destroyed that shit. Like you would have thought they was doing demolition where he was at. But and he would move around like he would walk around with like a plastic bag with cans in it. And you know, like I know he has a family. I don't know how good they took care of him, or if that was just his mindset from him being by himself in Colombia or whatever. But I personally know someone who has a homeless mindset. So you know,
Yeah,
I think
shit
it's
in
kind of like
the
something happening to you and not being able to bounce back. On a good note, he got arrested. They diagnosed him with schizophrenia and they gave him something to help him, a medication that helps him. Now he's more down to earth. Or I could fucking talk to him. Now this motherfucker talking to me about businesses and shit. So it's good news, but you know, had he not been able to bounce back from that peril, he would have had shelter, but he would have maintained that homeless mindset. So you know, that's my answer. Like some catastrophe and not being able to bounce back or recover from it. That's what gets you there.
yeah,
So
that motherfucking
Boom.
mindset.
that speaks to like homelessness everywhere. I think everybody, any homeless person, would have that same reason everywhere, right? The inability to bounce back.
Yeah, I mean,
Is America
depending
one?
on if they decide this, some people like to stay homeless.
Is
You feel me?
is America one of the leading countries, homelessness countries?
Fuck
You
no.
know,
No. I mean, we're not even a second world or
no,
third world
that's right
country.
because we're
So
not. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
out of like the first world countries, I mean, probably London or something like that.
No, but I mean, what you think, Thomas? What do you think the biggest cause
Um,
is?
so the biggest cause, I'll say what I said, what I was thinking, and then I'll go to some causes that I found on online. Excuse me. Um, I think the biggest causes are drugs, whether they're teens or in that age, or they're like older. Um, I think people running away from violence in the house, where it's a male or female, uh, and whether that's they're young and they have a father or mother who abuses them, or they're in a relationship and they're getting abused. Uh, and then the third one, I would say probably like gambling and shit like that,
I
like
think about
gambling,
that.
debt, gambling,
Mhm.
and debt. So I would say those three are the main leaders. The one that I would think probably be more prominent as far as taking up more of the pie, I would probably say,
Drugs.
yeah, no, well, yeah, I would probably say it'd probably be drugs and bad decisions.
Drugs and
But
bad
probably
decisions.
drugs because it was probably drugs that made us. So I
That
would say
led to the
drugs.
bad decision.
Yeah,
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 that was the same answer I have for y'all. I believe that drugs is the fucking biggest thing that leads to homelessness. I have an example. I want to speak on it though, not on the pod, but I got an
yeah, yeah,
example in my family, you know.
yeah,
So from that example there, I saw what drugs did and I see where drugs, you know,
yeah, yeah.
got them at in this life, if that makes sense. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest contribution to homelessness in America is drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
No, for
I got
sure.
a list of the top 20 homeless countries
All right,
in the world
before
according
you say
to
them,
go ahead.
before you say that, I'm gonna say a couple of the causes that they said. They said domestic violence, substance abuse, healthcare inaccessibility, chronic condition, prison, discrimination, gap in work history, trauma, lack of affordable housing, poverty, family conflict, racial inequality, housing discrimination, financial hardship, abuse, mental illness, and foreclosure.
Financial hardships. You said foreclosure?
It's not funny. Foreclosure
It's
isn't
not
funny.
funny, but we helping those people.
It's something
We
behind. Yeah, it's an insider, but not
right,
an
we
insider.
got those people.
We outside, but yes, sir. But yeah, well, go ahead, Tom. Hit us with those countries.
This is according to Yahoo Finance or Yahoo.com, whichever one.
Okay.
They do put a disclaimer that these numbers are not 100% accurate because
Of
it's
course.
very difficult to do that.
Of course.
So we're going from back here.
Don't read
So
all
we're
20,
going
just read the top 5.
top 5. Yeah, I was thinking about I don't want to.
You know, I had to read about 20 of them motherfuckers. Mental health.
Some of these all right, how about I go from let's do top 10. 10. 10th place. 10th place is Yemen with the homeless population in 2024 of 3,858,000. We got Philippines at number 9 with 4,500,000. At 8,
They would have been higher.
Afghan is at 4,660,000 homeless people. Wow, 7, Colombia. Devil.
I mean, these are all the places where the worst of the drug, like pure heroin, is being used in the Philippines and shit. Cocaine and motherfucking this is all tied to some of the worst countries in drugs.
There are nearly 5 million homeless people in Colombia, which is around 8.9% of the country's population.
They probably all in Bogota.
So damn near 1 out of 10 people are homeless. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Is Bangladesh, which is a little more than Colombia because Colombia was a little under 500 million. They got Bangladesh at 500 million on the dot. At 4.
I wonder if we gonna make the top 5.
Where's the rest?
I said we ain't fucking with them. But these ain't even first world countries, is they? I think Philippines is probably considered a second world country.
All right, so number 5 is DR Congo. And 3 million homeless people.
Okay.
Some pop-up shit just popped up.
I wonder who's gonna be, man. Hold on, before you read the next one.
It's America up there. That's all I care about.
Number 1? Nah, I think number 1 is gonna be shit.
Oh, number 4 is Syria.
It's gonna be somewhere in Africa.
5 million. Now, DR Congo, I already mentioned. That's Africa.
Oh, that was number 1?
That was number 5.
And 5, yeah.
I believe that's in Africa. Wow. You gotta be kidding me. This one made top 3. 4 on the money, because y'all real close. Number 3 is Egypt. 12 million, which is more than double.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what they saying is homeless though, because certain lifestyles out in different countries we might call it homeless, but them niggas is like, unless they really fucked
life,
up.
right?
This all I know. What you mean I'm homeless?
You're right.
Nigga, this is my home. What do you mean? No, for sure. But
number 2 has 20 million homeless people. Now, fellas, is Pakistan.
Yeah,
all the Middle Eastern. But again,
it makes sense though. Population does not have a house to live in, and most of them find refuge in the slums.
Mm-hmm.
All right, nigga, what is number
And
one?
what's funny
Is
is
America up there?
no, I want to mention this to Thomas. This last sentence I read. While Pakistani government has launched a shelter initiative, the project has been halted since the pandemic. Wow.
Yeah,
That should have been
but
the most
that's
important time to fucking do that shit.
yeah, but that's a whole different world out there. They ain't doing that. That money been siphoned to something else. That should have never happened out there.
Number one is hurting my soul.
Them motherfuckers are super evil.
Number one is
Not
hurting
the
my
people,
soul.
not the good people. I'm talking about the evil people.
Nigga, come with it. Nigga trying to build up.
And this is a country. This is a country I wanted to visit because
You probably talking about goddamn
that's my roots.
some of the islands and shit.
If I wanted to learn about, my heritage.
Oh, it was probably
and
what's
all
the
of that,
name? Haiti. Haiti is the
Haiti wasn't even on this list. That's the crazy part.
That's wild.
But number
I
one
would've thought
is
you was about to say-
Nigeria with 24.4 million.
Yeah. See, but them standards of living is not saying they want to live in them standards, but it's like they live in it, But it is homeless, I guess. But I feel like they be having homes.
No, I got a question. Who the fuck made these stats? Do
That
they
was
live
on
in that? Do they live in these fucking countries?
Nah, that
Who the
was
fuck- how are they getting these numbers? Are they
Listen,
counting?
they did say
head counts?
they put their disclaimer, so we know this ain't all the way accurate. That's why I told you according to so and such and all that. But yeah, so that's what these motherfuckers are saying. Everyone else, do your due diligence. I'm pretty sure these lists would fluctuate in numbers, and like some will probably not even make the list. Like I said, there was an article by Insider Monkey that was on Yahoo's website that continued the list at the top 5. Just so you know where the references came from. So top 5 didn't even come from Yahoo. The first 15 did. Top 5 is from InsiderMonkey.com.
So Tom,
but yeah, man. Yo,
you were saying that
That
the
website's
biggest cause is the inability to bounce back. Thomas, you were saying
ability to bounce back. Yeah.
that you think drugs could be the top cause, right?
Yeah.
So, and I agree with you. I believe that drugs could be the top cause as well. And I agree with Tom. The inability to bounce back could be because of drugs. So
that's a part of peril, gentlemen.
So if we had to come up with a idea or how to stop or slow down homelessness, it would just be get rid of the drugs, right?
No.
I would just slow.
I mean, from what you gathered from all of us, our opinions on it.
Drugs,
how we go about that would be.
If they're on drugs, it's either a coping mechanism for what they're going through, or it's an addiction. So even if they weren't homeless no more, they would still have that issue. So it's not about just getting rid of homelessness. It's also about sustaining from being away from homelessness again. So my first take, without really thinking much on this, is a program that helps these people do some type of training in renewing their mind or having another outlook on things, because obviously the mindset that they had didn't either guide them to where they were at.
What they should do?
Get out of it.
They should go to somewhere where they hypnotize their ass and reset their brain.
Works.
Yeah, each day. They should do each day for like a month. You feel me? And it'll be somebody who ain't gonna be evil and playing shit in their head and shit. It's gonna be
y'all gotta pay me to hypnotize y'all motherfuckers every day.
The government
don't know. I don't know how that shit works. Does motherfuckers be hypnotized forever? Because if motherfuckers hypnotized for a day, I'm gonna wake up the next morning and be back on their shit.
People hypnotized right now, walking around thinking something and not actually seeing what it is for what it is. So I mean, shit.
I heard people being hypnotized to stop smoking, and then the shit really fucking works. So if that shit could work, and then I believe that motherfuckers
you can implant it. Yeah, I mean,
make better decisions.
You can implant shit images,
That shit.
thoughts inside of people's heads. Shit, people, you can spread a rumor. That's hypnotism for real, for real. But
Or
nah,
we could call Elon Musk and get him to put those
Neuralinks.
robots in our head.
Trying to get Neuralink. Hell nah. I heard somebody. I'm pretty sure these. I don't believe none of these niggas. He
That
like,
man, yo.
he like, I got one. He said, I got one. And now when I play Call of Duty, it's basically that aimbot. Like I think it, and then it just like, and I was like, man, shut the fuck up, man.
Right.
Like,
Man, I don't
people
trust Elon
make
Musk like
any
that,
type
man.
of
I gotta put
content,
that out there.
man.
Nigga
I
said,
mean,
I
I
got
don't-
an AI brain and now he an aimbot on Call of Duty.
yeah,
That's
I
what
was
you're
like,
using it for?
exactly. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all just they just.
That man, I believe he's a genius, but
I don't believe. I think all of this shit is just entertainment, bro. I think it's just his show.
he's
I
not a
just think.
genius. He's an innovator. He's an innovator. He's not a genius. He's an innovator.
I think the guy is a genius. I think that
But
we
of
all
what
need
though?
I give him some of that
to
too.
I don't think none of this shit is new. I think it's just
His
building on
idea. I don't
old
think it's
ass
originally his
ideas.
idea. Yeah.
So, my opinion, I don't think that anything is new. Back when we figured out how to fucking fly, we still had the ability to fly. We just didn't know how to put the shit together to form the machine to help us fly. So I don't think that anything is new. I think everything is here. We just gotta figure the shit out, and that's why I say I would say I would qualify him as a genius. I think that we're all geniuses, though. I think we're all connected mentally, the universal brain, the mind. I think that those thoughts, I think that, yeah, it's just thoughts, fucking thoughts. And I think that we're all geniuses because we all have thoughts. Um, but the fact that he is where he is now, the fact that he's done what he's done so far, the fact that he's opened up a lot of eyes to the possibilities of of what's possible. Um, it shows that hey, this guy is different. This guy is different. He's a fucking genius. He has to be a genius.
Those two motherfuckers I will never ever want to see together ever in my life.
Cool.
And that's Elon Musk and Bill Gates. I don't ever want to see them niggas hanging out. I don't ever want to see them in the same building. Nothing. Nothing. Them two niggas put their brain together. This world is over. Like, I don't ever want to see them hanging out together. Niggas gonna have flying vaccines that could invisibly enter your brain and weird shit. I don't have time for that shit, man.
Shit, you ain't even
Those are
gotta
two
do it
people I
like that
don't
no
wanna see
more.
together.
That costs too much. Instead, just put it in the food. That's all.
Fuckers take one picture together.
That's
Niggas
too
better
much.
get their fucking
Keep
guns,
it simple.
man. Get your fucking guns.
Simple
Don't take
ideas
one
make
picture
money.
together. Get your toy.
It
Fuck
don't
it,
seem
man.
like you like them motherfuckers too much. Why you don't like them?
Well, nah, I don't really got nothing against Elon Musk. Like, I got something against Bill Gates. Like, about that man's just like fucking evil. Like,
For another
in depopulation.
For another episode, let's stay on point, gentlemen.
Episode 17, man.
But yeah,
you have another one?
I got no more questions. So I'm passing it over to you, Thomas. What you got?
My other question was, what would you guys? I know we kind of touched on it. You feel me? Say we have $1 million. How will we individually, allocate that money to helping the homeless effort, and however we do it?
How will we individually?
Like, if you had $1 million,
people with $1 million.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough to help.
Well, let's just say that's all you got right now.
Okay, that's all you got.
Well, 10 million. How much you need?
I need. Just give me all the money. I'll help them. Just give me all the money.
Okay, we're gonna give you an unlimited budget. We got to do quarterly check-ins, and we need all the receipts for everything. But you got your unlimited. What are you doing?
I don't know if I can give y'all receipts.
Oh, hell no.
I don't know if I'm giving y'all receipts, but
we're gonna be on the island, right? I'm helping them out, y'all.
Nah, so let's say $1 million budget, and how would you help the homeless people with the $1 million budget? honestly think $1 million is not enough, but you said, a limited budget. What I would do is I
Fake.
would I would build. It's kind of my plan too right now is to build like a
Don't
home.
give too much. You don't
Got you,
put too much out there.
got you. But I don't believe in homeless shelters. I don't think that shelters are the answer. I feel like from my definition of a shelter, I believe that shelters are it's just one building and you put people into this building and they have to figure out like, it's a tons of beds and shit like that and they just gotta get along and shit. What I would do is I would almost give these people their own apartment. Like I would have their own give them their own apartment and then I would also find a way to employ them where they're beneficial at, where they could be helpful at, and that would kind of rehabilitate them, get them to back to living a normal life. It's like, hey, I'm getting paid weekly. I got a home. If they fuck this up and then they didn't want it, if they fucked that up, they didn't want it. But I would try to, give them almost their own apartment, another job, something so they can feel normal in this fucking world, so that they could, build up income and shit like that and better themselves. But that's how I would handle it. Give them a place, a job, and work it out that way. But how would y'all take care of it? How would y'all do it?
How would you do
Tom?
it up there in New York, Tom?
I have no idea.
Trying to come off the top of my head. Go ahead.
Like I said earlier, like it starts with the mind. Um, I don't know if necessarily giving them shelter in like I don't know, like it would have to be like some type of boot camp with it. Yeah, you're coming in the shelter, but you have to do self work in order to stay in the shelter. Um, and I would come up with some type of curriculum or criteria where they would it would ultimately help them establish themselves. It will be a blueprint to get them the fuck out of my shelter, in a sense. And with everything that they learn from there, they should be able to be independent. Because my goal would be not to just get you out of here, is to keep you the fuck out of here. I don't want to ever see you again once you come in here. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate goal, but I don't even know if that would be the answer. I feel like I would need like much more time, much more setup and all of
Yeah,
that.
just
But
sit and think
off
about
the
it.
rip,
Yeah.
like off the rip, I would have to renew their minds in a way by coming up with some type of curriculum to where you can't stay here if you don't obtain your legal documents. And it's gonna suck for like illegal immigrants and shit like that. But I know to get a job to fucking pay the bills that you're gonna end up with when you get your own place, you're gonna need to show those documents. So I'm gonna make that like a 1 month requirement. And if people have unique situations, then possibly,
Call ICE on their ass and get some money for them.
something like that. Or see if there's a way that I could assist them through ICE. If I'm working with them, or
Are we
just
talking
try to
about
get everyone
immigrants
input.
or are we talking about just homeless people?
Homeless people, homeless immigrants, homeless people, whatever. We're gonna get your documentation. You're gonna need it for work.
You
Get your
just saying
shit
what
right.
type of people
You
that's
know what I
coming
mean?
in.
How do y'all feel
What,
about?
what,
I don't want to cut y'all off, but how y'all feel about immigrants? Like, to me, I
Hey,
say get the motherfuckers the fuck out of our country. Get the fuck out of here. If y'all are illegal, get the fuck out. Come back legally, but get the fuck out.
okay, Tony Trump.
That's how I feel
I hear
about
you, Tony
it.
Trump. And you
You
live
said
right by the
what?
wall too. I said I hear you, Tony
Yeah,
Trump.
fucking build that wall. Fucking open ass borders. I don't like that shit. I don't like that we have open
yeah,
borders.
I don't like it only to the point that when they get here, they often get with the
Oh, my
white
tongue for a
minded
second.
thinking and then they'll go against us when it comes to anything. You feel me?
That's
They'll vote
that's
against
not for
us and
me.
shit.
Mhm.
So I feel like at that point, yeah, keep them out. But I mean, but then again, it's like, hey
Yo, they're
man.
illegal. They
I
are
mean, where
illegal
this
immigrants.
land is illegal. This
No, but
land is
they
law.
are illegal
Yeah,
immigrants.
no, this
Us, we're
law.
legal. We're legal.
Time out. Time out.
No, but
I gotta say this before I leave my head. Yo,
there ain't no
Thomas, how many
legal illegal
episodes
land.
before? How many episodes before did this nigga, when we talk about racist shit, he never want to understand that he's so spiritual, but he's so black and white with citizens versus
Oh, yeah.
immigrants.
No, because it makes sense. Why would you have open borders? These people are they're leaving their countries
They're
to come over
people.
to our
They're
countries.
spirits with vessels. I thought you would have been across the board with this on
That's
every
fine,
aspect.
but you can stay
I
where the
found you
fuck you
shocking.
are unless you're going to
Yeah.
do it legally. You stay where the fuck you are unless you're going to do it legally. Otherwise, the government can't track you. You come over here, we're not tracking you because you came over here legally.
Do you have a problem with refugees?
No, I got a problem with people being able to do shit illegal when I can't do shit illegal in my own fucking country.
You know what that is, Fuge? That's some
Them
Texas shit. That's some
motherfuckers,
Texas shit.
But
they
I'm not from
Cause
Texas,
he
so
right
it's
by
not
the
Texas
wall.
shit.
Word?
they gotta
Hey, you know I'm from
find
Detroit. Cut it out.
they need to find all them kids before they start tracking people. I mean, I feel it, but at the end of the day, this whole shit is illegal, nigga. At the end of the day, come on, y'all, but y'all have to contribute. You feel me? Just like how you said,
It's
everybody
illegal
supposed to be a
though.
unit.
Fuck
You said
that.
everybody supposed to be a unit. Everybody, it
Mhm.
take everybody. Just because the
You're right.
law says, just because this illegal law that we live under, which is all fucked up, this shit don't mean nothing. Because
Yo,
before
that does
everybody
mean a
would
lot.
no,
I live next to the border. I live in Texas next to the border, okay? So
yeah, but
these
we talking
motherfuckers
about
that's
how the
crossing the
world
border from
should be.
Mexico, they're coming over with drugs, they're coming over with everything
I
to
mean, the
invade.
drugs already over
The
there.
Mexicans can hear him speaking right now on the other
The
side of
drugs
the
I
already
don't give a
there.
fuck about the Mexicans and what the fuck they thinking right now.
But the
No, fuck
drugs
the fucking
the
open
drugs are
borders. Like,
already here though.
yo, fuck the
They've been
open
here
in your
borders.
since
That
the
shit does
backyard.
not
'60s.
make
In
any
your
sense at
backyard,
all.
bro.
They've been
That
here
is
since the
not
'60s
America
though.
first. Like, that's not taking care of our home first, our house. Take care of the house first. Don't take care of the fucking
That
people that's coming from fucking Mexico first. Like, and then these fucking immigrants are getting benefits over fucking
But
homeless
again,
people,
wait,
over black people. Oh,
why are they fucking immigrants? What is this?
they're immigrants because they're not legal, nigga. They travel from somewhere else.
This
Illegal immigrants.
you ever heard the term legal immigrants?
Yes,
It's two
legal
type of
immigrants are
immigrants.
okay. I'm okay with legal immigrants.
You catching all this, right? I hope you catching all this.
I'm okay with
Oh, you
legal
I'll get
catching all
immigrants.
recorded.
this.
Legal immigrants came over here. They filed the paperwork that they needed to do. They came over here the right way. We know we could find these people. We know who these people are. You know, if they committed a crime,
But they
we
can't
can
even
find.
find kids. Why y'all trying to find illegal people that's so called illegal? It's like this
Well, you
whole
got
land
legal
is
people coming over
illegal.
here.
It's not illegal to be human and end up somewhere else, man. This is some bullshit the government set up to make motherfuckers illegal to be here. All that citizenship, man. Listen, man. Where
Nah,
you
you
at is where you
bugging.
at. The
You
most
bugging. You
illegal
got some
thing.
research to
No,
do,
here's
nigga.
the
Especially
most
living in New
illegal
York.
thing. The most illegal thing is how these immigrants come to the United States of America and get approved for more loans and businesses than the
That's
actual
another thing,
Americans
yeah.
bought it. That's fucking criminal. Motherfuckers come from Yemen or fucking
I don't believe that's
Bangladesh.
criminal.
They get their own loans. They open up their own. I'm speaking about New York.
Mhm.
Motherfuckers
that's
from
everywhere.
Yemen come to New
That's
York,
everywhere.
open up their own
It's just the United
bodegas.
States. That's everywhere.
Yeah, that's the United States. They
Yeah.
coming over
just-
here.
It's because they
There's
get
Chinese restaurants in every fucking state.
yeah, but there are special programs for immigrants. Whether you come legally or you come illegally and you do become legal, there's
What
special
type of
programs
shit
for
that doesn't make any sense though. That shit is mind blowing. How are you helping people that are here illegally?
We on the
That is a
same
crime.
page, Tony. Yeah.
That is a crime.
feel
That
like
doesn't
that.
make
Why?
sense. If you're doing something illegal, if it's illegal, how are you helping them? Okay, all right, let's go ahead. Move on.
yeah.
Contemplate right after that question,
we-
Thomas.
That's another episode. We got to stay on track, Junior. We have to stay on track. Now,
what was y'all talking about before I brought up immigrants, man?
we were talking about what we would do with the money. So what I would do
Nigga heard
is
immigrants and went on a rant.
Man, yes.
it's what we do. You guys never know where we're gonna take it. Enjoy the ride.
On a
Hey,
rant. Oh my god.
content, baby. What I would do is I'm just gonna start it. It's gonna be a homeless college. It's just gonna be a homeless college. You come, you get food, you get a job, we give you a job, and you got to take these classes, and you get certifications, and at a certain point, you can either graduate or you can continue. It might cost you a little bit of money, but it's still gonna be reduced for you. Now that you up and good and shit. But yeah, something like that. You feel me? And then if they do have a drug addiction or something, at the end of the program, it'll be a certain program inside of the school. Like at the end of the program, and probably even steps along the way, as you complete things, you get rewarded with money, different opportunities, vacations and shit like that. Like the graduation class, probably like go somewhere, some shit like that. You feel me? And then like just bring more goodness to their life and shit. And
I like the
just
idea.
trick their brain into getting into a
There we
routine
go.
and
There we
accomplishing
go.
shit like in a routine, so where it becomes subconsciously for them. So shit, that's what I would do. Sneak
I was
the
gonna
education
partially
in there,
disagree with
but
that, but there we
add some
go.
money on top of it, and
Yeah, I was kind of
yeah.
disagreeing with that a little bit too, but only because I don't
All
know
right.
how many people, of how many homeless people, grown ass people, are gonna want to go to a college before they could be, rehabilitated or back into this world to produce for themselves or whatnot. That makes
Well,
sense. But
the ad to get them in is gonna be something. You feel me? It has to be something like, hey, we'll pay you something
figure it out.
just to come. You feel
Figure it
me?
out.
It'll be more. It'll be more than you get for donated plasma. You feel me? But and you get that just to come. You feel me? And stay what, like 2 days? Nigga, all we need is 2 days. You gonna see everybody having fun. Then you know what we gonna do? We gonna flood you with some of the biggest success stories. Them motherfuckers gonna be there. You feel me? We gonna throw them motherfuckers at you.
And
And
what
then
about food and things like that for these people?
farms, pantries, and then outside of that, community gardens, donations from stores, uh shit like that, man. Shit, fundraise, and then after, like, once you get it built and show it's a proven, after that shit, the money coming in. You feel
Yeah,
me?
it's
From
coming.
grants,
Yeah.
donations, shit. You feel me? So that ain't gonna be no thing at all. And then food, shit. Like I said, that's nothing. Shit, them motherfuckers, they gonna want to get behind that shit. You feel me?
It's coming to my
Early,
backyard.
yeah.
My
Your
God.
backyard. Yeah. I'm like, he don't need that. You gonna see me on the camera with a bunch of people in the
Fucking
line,
rabbits,
like,
man.
he
That's how the
don't need
rabbits, man.
this.
Yeah, I'm not your neighbor. I would have went over there and stole me a tomato or some shit.
Nah, for sure. I would have left a note too, $2. Like, damn, this
Right.
is good.
Shit,
try
man. You
try
can't
a
even know I
cucumber.
took
That
that
bitch.
shit without asking.
Yeah, try your carrots. Try that shit. That shit hit. Try it.
Right, try them.
You might want to pull them off. They done. No, straight up. But yeah, some shit like that, man. Try to trick people's brain into, that subconscious loving how much, you feel me, whatever routine they doing, to the point where shit, they don't even know they doing it. And when they do realize they doing it, shit, you feel too good to not do it. So yeah, some shit like that.
Agree?
Something
Can
that
we all
feels
agree
good
that
while
they
they
would have
doing
to
it.
renew their mind? Go ahead, T.
Yeah,
No, go
sure.
ahead, you go.
I was saying, can we all agree that it would take some form of renewing their mind
Yeah,
for them to kind
definitely.
of, because,
Yeah. The mind, the soul, shit, both of them.
Again, they life is a conclusion of all the decisions that they made. So it would have to take some mind renewing before they could get on a different path. They've been making decisions one way their whole life.
And some
That's
people
true.
that some children that don't have you feel me? Some of the immigrant children that came over here, parents and died and shit, or not even just
Legal
immigrants, but
immigrants.
yeah, not even just immigrants, even people like young people that, you feel me? So, but yeah, man, both of them, man.
Any advice on how to avoid homelessness?
Uh,
Let's say
Don't
it's
do drugs,
someone
ladies and gentlemen. Just do not do drugs.
would make
say
sure you're a
no,
functioning addict.
say
Like me.
no, say
No,
no.
for real, I do think that drugs is like I said before, one of the biggest causes of it. And because if you just stay away from, I feel like a lot of people will avoid homelessness by just staying away from drugs. I think that will probably kill 50% of the homelessness homeless people, not kill them, but take them out of the homeless area.
Yeah. It's
The
not a
son to
funny
kill them.
laughing matter. We making light of the situation, but it's all love, y'all. I already know.
Sometimes
Um, I would say find somebody to lean on, somebody to look up to, not as a crutch or an enabler. Somebody
Don't be
that actually
dependent.
like calls you on your shit, and find if you don't got nobody like that, find a place, maybe a church. I don't care if you religious or whatever. Churches, they do have nonprofits and counselors and shit like that. Find somebody, even if you go through 10 or 20 or 50 of them, as long as you staying on that search of finding somebody until you can, lean on yourself. Uh, and yeah, man. That's what the first thing I would say. Start there. Yeah,
Go ahead, Tom.
I got two today.
talk to us.
Who cares about you that you can lean on, but at the same time they have to hold you accountable. That's the only way change is gonna truly begin. You don't want someone to pacify you. I mean, they're not gonna solve the problem. They're just making the problem that you're dealing with easier. Find someone that's gonna push you to move forward to get yourself out of it while you're, staying with them or whatever. And my second tip is that this is for ladies and gentlemen. If a potential partner is homeless, you want that, he or she want that shelter. Better pay attention to them red flags. That motherfucker homeless, they can't take care of themselves. How they gonna take care of you? I done seen some bum ass niggas move into girls' apartments, and I done seen shit go left.
It's been stories. It's been stories of homeless people though on missions. I think some homeless people could be on a mission and they might end up homeless because of their
LA.
scenario.
A lot of people.
Shelter.
A lot of
Cold shelter.
But a lot of people in LA, go out there to be superstars and shit and end up homeless. A lot of them. So I mean, yeah.
Dream, man. It's a crazy pipe dream. That is crazy. New York. This shit right here is enough
of New York. No, fuck that.
It's enough of a pipe dream for me here, man. Like shit, like I don't think it can get any worse than here. I feel like LA is right there hand in hand. But a lot of people come to New York too. A lot of people come to New York, all got the highest minimum wage. There's so much jobs there. It's the city that never sleeps, and motherfuckers be fucked up too. Oh, and the cost of living is high here too. Motherfuckers be fucked up. Like it's not easy. It's not easy. I know nurses out here who are struggling in New York, and they pay pretty good. So, I mean, it take a village in New York. That's what I will say. I see more successful men living with their parents, fucking with 3-4 bitches, than a man with a good job paying everything himself. With a good job. Motherfucker, that nigga is struggling mentally. Like, he ain't happy. That nigga staying at home sleeping on that waterbed, fucking bitches on that water mattress with his mama. That nigga happy like a fucking kid with a lollipop. His first one.
Nah, straight up.
He is homeless. Red flag. They need to establish themselves before you decide to put your time, emotion, and energy into them. Don't fall for the facade or the potential that they could be. They gotta handle themselves first. So that's what I really want to leave you with on a serious tip, because that shit was kind of a joke, but I want to be dead ass serious about that. Like, I mean, someone's homeless, they just not for you. You could take the sob story, all that. I mean, and you're gonna want someone that's gonna always work on themselves. That's an opportunity for you to see how they decide to do that in that peril. And if they can do that for themselves, and they can do that for you too. But if that motherfucker is just homeless and not trying to do anything to better himself, and they're trying to use you, that's a big no-no. That nigga don't even want your pussy. That nigga wants your couch. He wants your couch more than your pussy, more than your bed. Tread lightly. I'm done.
Yeah, you always putting niggas in a bad spot. You act like women don't do that too.
On the next episode of Tone's relationship.
I say niggas, how you talking about that? I'm talking about
you definitely
put us in a bad spot.
You definitely gotta have that shit on the table now.
Niggas and niggerettes, however you want to think about it. Both of them.
For
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Gentlemen,
Patient, man.
Ladies and gentlemen. Nah, I got
ladies
you.
and gentlemen,
I
ladies
got
and
you.
gentlemen,
This is how
boys and girls.
Gods in Conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 16.
16, y'all.
Yes, sir.
16,
Thank you for
16,
watching.
16.
Hit that like, subscribe button down at the bottom. Make sure y'all comment. And if y'all got any questions, anything y'all want to hear us speak about specifically, leave that shit in the comment section. Leave that shit in the comment section. Thomas will get to it. I always got to point that to God.
I ain't getting
Thomas will get
shit.
to your question.
Say, nah, I will. I'm watching
Nah, we'll get to it
everything.
for real. But yeah, leave that in the comment section. We appreciate y'all
Yep.
for watching, though, for real.
Yes, sir.